I hope everybody's enjoying their fun Friday. It's Friday, y'all. I'm very excited. I was feeling like the week was dragging. Like, I don't know what was going on this week, but this week was dragging. I gotta fix this because it's leaning, but this week was truly dragging, and I did not know why. I did not understand why this week was dragging. But we're gonna enjoy our fun Friday, and we're gonna get started on our Purge the Poison series. I don't know what number we're on. I feel like this is like 5, maybe 6. But they all tie together, so it doesn't matter what order you watch them in. They all are crucial and essential to understanding that we are literally being poisoned by our own people in society, our own habits, our actions towards our body. We are poisoning ourselves. And so we need to make a change with what we're doing, what we're putting inside our body, and understand what we are eating and what we're consuming and what we're putting on the outside of our body. But for March, Purge the Poison, our focus is for us to understand the internal, what we're doing to ourselves internally. And that'll lead us to the external, because first you have to deal with the internal. You have to understand that what you are putting inside of your body is either harming you or helping you. And if you are so malnourished from the foods that you're eating because you're eating a bunch of toxic poisons every single day, you are malnourished. No matter what you're filling your body with, you are malnourished. You're not getting the things that your body is designed to have, what it needs. Regardless of how you are feeling or being able to do, you are still malnourished. And people do not understand that because they have the concept of filling their stomach, filling their body rather than fueling it. And so we have to understand that something being told to us that is okay to consume in moderation is not healthy. Like, if they're telling you you have to consume it in moderation, you have to question and ask why. And then you spin the box around, you spin the product around, and look at the outside, and you see all these ingredients. You see a book-long list of ingredients, and then it kind of clicks. It makes sense. You connect the dots to understand that, like, this is why they're telling you to consume in moderation, because it has no nutritional value to your body. It just adds a bunch of fat, sodiums, and different sugars into your body that give you absolutely no nutrients. And then they give you all of these fillers, and they label them as vitamins, iron, fiber, whatever they want to label it as, but it's a man-made filler that they put inside of your food rather than getting a natural fiber, a natural protein, a natural source of vitamin E or C or whatever it is that you need, because we all need these things from a natural source in our foods. We don't need the man-made thing. We shouldn't be consuming the man-made fillers. There should not be man-made fillers put inside of our food. And since they're so heavily put inside of our food, there is no moderation to what we're consuming. There is no moderation to these things, because you have to think about it this way. And I've talked about this throughout the series, and I will continue to say it, because it's like we have to hone in. We have to really drive this into your brain for you to understand. If you are sitting here consuming your Lucky Charms, you're consuming your canned goods, you're consuming your chicken nuggets from the frozen aisle, like, you're consuming all of these bioengineered products, all of these GMO products, all of these things with fillers in them, with additives, all of these dyes and things that you do not need. And you're sitting here doing this over and over every single week. Let's say maybe you quit for a week or two. You do this once a week. You do this a couple of days out of the week. It adds up. All of this adds up inside of your fat cells. It builds up. And as it builds up over time, then you have to understand that when it's building up inside of you and you're not releasing anything, all you're going to do is make yourself sick. And not releasing these toxins, this man-made filler, this man-made additive, and all of these fats, sugars, and whatever else sodiums that they want to add inside of here, it's making you sick. Regardless if it happens today, tomorrow, in a year from now, 10 years from now, you are making yourself sick with your habits. You are literally poisoning yourself. And so we have to get out of that mindset of consuming in moderation and realize that there is no moderation to these poisons. Because when you're consuming these things over and over and over again, and you're never learning how to release correctly, you're never detoxing your body, you're never cleansing your body. And when you do, you take a supplement to cleanse, you take supplements to mask the issue, it's never supporting you in actually healing. You're just literally covering it up and masking it. And I talked about this in my last live that's on YouTube. It's like you looking at some mold on the wall and saying, okay, there's mold on my wall. And instead of you going to get a treatment to completely expel it from your life, to completely get rid of it, you decide that you're going to paint over it. It's the same thing when you're taking a supplement. It's like painting over it. And if anybody knows anything about mold, it spreads, it grows. In moist environments, it's going to be able to spread. And so these toxins get spread out throughout your body, and they try to avoid your internal organs, your vital internal organs. So they spread out all around your body. That's the reason why they build up in like your arms, your thighs, your lower belly, like they build up in your face, all these places that you don't have vital organs. But when it no longer has any area for it to go, and it doesn't know what else to do with it, that's when you start to store on your vital organs. That's when you get fatty liver, you get heart disease, you start developing diabetes because it's leaked in, or you just start developing high blood pressure, because all of these toxins are leaking into your bloodstream, and your liver no longer, or your kidneys can no longer filter it. Your liver is working overtime, your kidneys are working overtime, like all your organs are trying to get rid of all of these toxins, all of these things. And then on top of that, you keep digesting, you keep consuming. So your digestive tract is already trying to get what you're eating daily. And so your body can't do everything, and you're not helping it through a cleanse, a detox, and knowing what you're putting inside of your body. So we have to get out of the space of that we're consuming in moderation, because we're not consuming in moderation. Like, that's just a lie that we tell ourselves so that we can keep doing what we're doing. Nobody is consuming in moderation if you're eating these processed, terrible ingredients, processed foods. Like, you are literally poisoning yourself with your habits. So it's time for us to change and get out of that mindset. And the best way for us to get ourselves out of that mindset, to reset ourselves, is to first start focusing on eating whole foods. We have to stop eating all of these processed foods with all of these terrible ingredients in it. We need to start learning how to read our labels, understand what is on our labels, and that is the point of our Purge the Poison series for March. Learn how to read your labels. Know what you're putting inside of your body, because as soon as you start to realize that the foods that have these fillers in them, these are the ones that are making you sick. These foods that have these fillers in them are the ones that are literally making you develop heart disease, diabetes, obesity, like all of these things, and it's very unnecessary. And so understanding that, like, for instance, how I've talked about today, and I'm going to continue talking about bioengineered products, because if you have a bioengineered product, it is GMO. Like, it's a GMO. And so understanding what GMOs do to your body, they make you go into hormone imbalances. They make you have to cleanse more often than you need to. You truly don't have to cleanse as much as you would on a whole food diet, as much as you do when you're taking these bioengineered products, because they don't leave your body. Your body doesn't know what to do with them. They store inside of your body just like the toxins and everything else. And I was looking into an article the other day, and it was really like well put, because I did not know the fact that like they had already linked it to cancer, and not understanding that people don't realize what a GMO is, and they don't put bioengineered with GMOs. And so when they don't put them together, they consume them thinking like, okay, well, this, at least it's not terrible. And then they have a product label on it that can kind of, in a way, is a loophole from like the FDA and the CDC. So they can get away with telling you that like it's okay to consume, and then they hide it. They have a lot of different like symbols, because there's one, if I can find it, because I was like, there's one that literally it looks like a leaf. It has a circle around it and like possibly a sun, and that can be the label for them telling you that it's a bioengineered product. Like, when you look at that, what in the world would that mean to you? Because I would look at that and just assume it's like a company logo. I would never assume that means it's a bioengineered product. And they put that on like Impossible Burgers. They put that on like your salad dressing. Like, they can put it literally on anything, cereal, and majority of the products do have the bioengineered label, but not realizing that they do these things discreetly for a reason. They do these things for their benefit and not yours. And so they put these bioengineered products, which are GMOs, in your food. So like if they're using corn, if they're using wheat, if they're using soy, these GMOs are now put inside of your product. So it's already a heavily processed product. And now you're sitting here putting a fake crop, or rather a tampered crop, not a fake crop, but basically that's what I associated with, a tampered crop. Because they take the desirable genes from the crop. They take the desirable thing from the crop, and then the undesirable genes, they remove them, and then they tamper with it to make sure that it can, be bigger, it can last longer, the animal can be bigger, it can last longer, it can make it to the slaughterhouse without getting antibiotics or diseases. Like, whatever that they needed to be able to do, that's what they do. Not realizing that, and the article even talked about it and referenced the fact that when you do these things, you are consuming a toxin, and there's a certain type of toxin that these GMOs carry that they have no solution for currently right now. They have no answer for it right now. They have no antibiotic. So if you get sick from these GMOs, if you get sick from these GMO animals, from these crops, these products, whatever, they don't really have a solution for you, and they're not really going to even tell you that it was from the GMOs, because majority of these doctors, majority of these people who they pay, don't even really know what they're doing. They don't even really, by far as GMOs. Now, they know what they're doing in other aspects, but they don't even know what they're doing to you by telling you that it's okay to eat these things, to eat these soy products, to tell you that you can go to an Impossible Burger, a whatever the other thing is, what is it, a Beyond Burger, like all of this junk. They're never telling you to flip it around and look at the label and notice the fillers. They're never telling you to flip it around and look and see if it has a bioengineered product in it. So they're the ones that are telling you in the same sentence that you can consume these things in moderation to also go out and eat a bioengineered product. And it's disrupting your hormones. It's throwing you off. It's making you imbalanced. And that is not okay. Like, we should not be doing this to ourselves. So what we're going to be diving more into today is understanding, first of all, what products are bioengineered. So things like processed meat and some fresh meats can also be labeled as a bioengineered product. I think it's like if they have the like ready to go kind of meat things, you should be wary of those, because those could possibly be bioengineered products, as well as like processed. So like your frozen, the things that you can get that can be preserved inside of a box and can last longer than they should be. Those are all genetically modified items. And then also like your processed snacks. So like your Chex Mix, you can get your like your cookies, your graham crackers, icing. I know I've seen icing. Yeah, so like Oreos, icing, your salad dressings, they all are bioengineered products. They even have the pure vanilla extract. Those have bioengineered products labels on them. So like you have to be really, really careful, because it's so subliminal you wouldn't even know. And I didn't even know that M&M's also has, and it says I think it says partially processed by engineering, genetic engineering. So it's like, even then they're still like sliding it in there in a different type of wording, telling you that there is bioengineered products in here. They can just label it any kind of way. They can put a picture, they can change the wording, they can put it in the middle of a paragraph that they know that you're not going to read anyway. So it's like, they're doing this on purpose. They're not doing this just on accident. There is a whole point to the way that they do it. The same point of how they market in the grocery store, how they literally take up a whole section full of all of these colorful, pretty boxes, all these products that are pretty colored. But when you go and you get whole foods, actual natural foods, if you notice a pattern, all of the products that are like natural, that are holistic for you, that are good and actually have good ingredients, they're pretty plain with their products. They're pretty plain with the box. Their ingredients are plain. Like, everything about them is plain. It's not going to be something that's marketed to you, but rather, if you know kind of situation, and you're going to get it and you're going to buy it, because they know that there are consumers out there that truly care about what they're putting inside of their body. So they don't need all of these marketing gimmicks. They don't need to put all the pretty colors in front of your face to appeal to your children, to get you to eat this junk. Like, because they know that their customers, that they're buying their foods, are taking care of their body and care about what's going inside of them. And so the same thing for another thing that can be bioengineered is obviously, like we were talking about, your fruits and your veggies. Non-organic produce can be bioengineered. That's why you have to be so weary of consuming anything that is not organic. And so if you're eating something that is like corn, for sure, soy, wheat is like, I think wheat is like on the high, I don't want to say higher than 50% chance. Corn is a definite GM, like all corn is GMO. Soy, majority, I think at least 94% of the soy in America is GMO. Wheat, I know it's higher than 50%, but I don't know the exact number. And papaya is another thing that I also found out in the US that is GMO. They can still label it as organic because it's a flaw in the system, one of those loopholes once again, and they can literally label it as something that they want to label it as, and then go on about their business, make their money, like, and then you go consume it unawareingly and not realizing that you're making yourself inflamed, that you're throwing off your hormones, you're making yourself imbalanced, and you're sitting here consuming something that is leading you to cancer, something that is making you sick internally, which is going to lead to external sickness. And the things that happen when you consume GMOs is things like your skin suffers, your body odor changes, because it literally messes with your chemicals inside. It leads you to having cancer. You can develop high blood pressure, diabetes, obesity. Like, your body is completely inflamed on the inside. And if you know anything about inflammation, I talk about this a lot on my TikTok. If you know anything about inflammation, when you are inflamed on the inside, your body is telling you something is wrong. When you have a whole bunch of toxins that have built up inside of your body, and your body is trying to figure out what in the world is going on, and your body is trying to figure out, what do I do about this? And nothing is being done by you, because you're not cleansing, you're not detoxing, you're not eating enough whole foods, you're eating a whole bunch of junk and piling on more. That's when it starts to show you that something is wrong inside with inflammation. And so it's like, okay, I'm inflamed. What am I supposed to do? Like, I'm going to start showing you that you're ill. So I'm going to make you store fat. I'm going to start making you feel bad. You're going to feel sluggish. You're going to feel fatigued. I'm going to now start messing with you mentally. So now you're going to be mentally imbalanced. Your emotions are going to be all over the place. And now we're so imbalanced that we're developing, insulin resistance. We're sitting here having hormonal issues. So all of these things are signs of inflammation. And so your body gives you these signs because it's its way of talking to you, because a lot of people don't even realize these are signs anymore, because we're not taught these things. And so when you don't realize these are signs, you kind of just chop it up as, okay, this is a part of life. This is what's going to happen. And so when you do that, then you make yourself ill. Then you sit here and you're now developing high blood pressure, diabetes, and you're leading yourself to cancer if you don't already have the cancer. And cancer cells feed off of toxicity. They feed off of toxic chemicals. They feed off of inflammation. And so when you never release, when you never allow your body to be helped through these things, all you're doing is leading yourself to cancer, and the cancer is feeding off of your things that you're eating, what you're consuming. And so understanding that this is how you support your body, and understanding how to support your gut, your digestion, and knowing how to avoid these products for yourself, because we, for March, are purging poison from our life. We're understanding what is in our food. We're understanding how to read the label. And so knowing these things and knowing what a bioengineered product is now, understanding what it's doing to our body, and understanding how such a simple product label can be such a terrible habit, it can reach such terrible havoc on our body. Now we have to understand, what are we going to do for ourselves, and how do we do that for ourselves? And so this is a part of my ebook bundle, my detoxing and cleansing ebook bundle, and it's truly going to support you, because I didn't know if I wanted to share this information, and I was, talking to the Most High, trying to figure out what was I going to share, like what was the topic for today. I had a lot of things on my mind, and so then he was like, just go on ahead and let them know how to open their pathways. And I talked about this on my TikTok, and people were asking. I was like, if they respond and they ask me that they want it, then I'll give it. And so, I was sitting there and I was like, is this going to be a live topic? Is this going to be a video? And he told me, just go ahead and tell it on live, because I'm going to be posting it on YouTube, and it's something that I can branch off of, and I can post it on my TikTok. So people were wondering, how do you open your pathways? And understanding that that is a part of cleansing. Any cleanse or detox you do, you have to know how to open your pathways. And opening your pathways is super simple. Like, it's nothing like too crazy. Now, the method might not be something that you want to do necessarily, but it's something that is essential. It's key, because opening your pathways allows the toxins to release from your body. It allows your body to be able to start getting things moving. And the number one way, first of all, we need to get things moving in our body is to drink plenty of water. Like, that's just like, basics. Everybody knows that you have to drink plenty of water. That is something that is like so simple. You cannot get around drinking water in any type of health situation, because your body is made up of so much water. Your body needs water to be moving, your brain to be functioning, for everything inside of your body to be flowing, you need water. And so supporting your body and releasing and resetting is looking like opening your pathways. So like going to the bathroom regularly, whether it's a BM or for you to just be urinating, those are opening your pathways, because drinking a bunch of water, obviously things are going to be flowing, you're going to be going to the bathroom. And people who complain about going to the bathroom often, usually more likely than not have a gut issue, or they have something going on with their pathways, and something inside of them is trying to be released, and their body is trying to release it, but it's not being released. So all they're doing is just frequently urinating. They're frequently going back and forth to the bathroom. And so those are two pathways. And then another pathway is for you to understand that like getting moving and getting active is a pathway. It is releasing through your skin. And so you sweating is you releasing through your skin. Whether you're getting up and getting moving, you know, working out, or you're going to a sauna, you're going somewhere into like a steam room, and you're allowing your pores to open and to release. Because when you're sweating, you are opening a pathway to release. Now, it's not gonna just, you know, you're not gonna go to the sauna and just all of a sudden be cured and healed. But it's something that you should be doing regularly, whether it's, you know, working out to sweat, getting moving, sitting in somewhere that you're sweating. It's something that you need to do regularly so that your body can release through your skin and to get it out through that way, and to sweat out all of the just excess water that has toxins in it, because that's just one of the ways that we release. And then another way that we release, which is like really, really common, but like people don't really think about it, is the fact that like when you get sick or you're ill, or just like a simple, like, you know, you're just eating and you start coughing, sneezing, whatever, that's a pathway. You're releasing through that way. And thinking about it and like putting some science to it, you have to understand that like our body functions the way that it does for a reason. Our body's designed to heal itself. And so like, when we're sick, you know, we get sinuses and things like that. Like our nose either runs or it clogs up. And usually when it clogs up, that's when we know when the sickness is happening. It's in full effect. And then after, when we start to come down from the sickness, that's when we start releasing a whole lot. People who have sinus issues, their ears drain, you know, you have sore throat, all of these things going on. And this is the way your body is, you know, putting up its defense mechanism in fighting. And so understanding that that's a pathway from you releasing through your nose draining, you coughing, you sneezing, your ears draining. All of these are drainage pathways that your body supports itself with. And so knowing that these are support pathways, you'll start to treat it differently. The same way when you get a fever, and how you get fever sweats or you get fever chills, and even through your fever chills you still could be sweating. Your body is supporting itself by releasing through your skin. And so all of these things are not something to look at as like, oh, this is bad, this is terrible, I have to stop it. But rather, how can I help it along so that it can release these things? Because my body is obviously talking to me and it's telling me something is wrong. And so understanding that this supports you, whether it's internally with your gut, your digestion, or externally with your skin and what's going on far as like you looking good, you not having all this excess fat and bloating, and being internally, anti-inflammatory, because a lot of us are inflamed and we don't realize that we're inflamed. And since we're so inflamed on the inside, it affects us emotionally, it affects us physically, and mentally. That's why we get so much fatigue and brain fog, and we continue to eat these things. We continue to poison ourselves with our habits, and we don't even realize that we're doing it because we're told we can consume in moderation. We're told that these things are okay, and it's just not true. So we have to understand that like, if we want to support our body fully, we have to stop listening to what we're told to consume in moderation. We have to stop listening to being told that these things are okay, because they're not. Consuming a GMO product does not support you. It throws you off hormonally. It makes you inflamed internally, and it leads you to all of these diseases, all this illness. And you don't want to be ill. Like, I don't know anybody on this earth that truly wants to be ill. Society accepts it because we believe that this is something that we have to do. It's just a part of life. But that's not true, because your body is designed to heal. Our bodies are always healing if we allow it. But if your body is not healing from the things that's going on inside of you, if it's not healing from inflammation, if it's not healing itself with your gut health, or you're not mentally sound, something is off. Something is wrong. And when you develop a disease, you still can heal. There's more work that you have to do, but you can still heal. And if you are not healing, if you are unaliving slowly or quickly, then something is going on, and toxins have built up to the point where literally you're so toxic on the inside, your body is fighting itself to unaliving. And so people don't put it that way. And so when they think that they get cancer, they get diabetes, they think this is something that they have to deal with forever. They think that this is something that they can never get rid of. High blood pressure, all these things. They have to just manage it for the rest of their life. And that's not true. Your body can heal and you can get back to a healed state, a healthy state. But it's about what are you going to do that. And so you have to change your methods. You have to change your ways. And a part of our Persian Poison series, and I have said this because it's all on YouTube, I have a bundle that's going on until the 15th. It's a bundle, and you can get the replay masterclass that's showing you how to sow to grow, just understanding what's going on in our society and understanding what's going on with our food and how to transition to a plant-based lifestyle. But it doesn't have to necessarily be about transitioning to a plant-based lifestyle. It's just showing you how to overall eat whole foods and to be healthier with the habits that you have for yourself, and to get you into the space of understanding why it's so important, why it's key for us to do this, and what we need to do for ourselves. And for $47, you get that masterclass replay. You can get a one-on-one with me, and you also get, right now until the 15th, my what is it called? My document. I can think of what it was, my PDF document that I have that literally lists out, or my Canva document, because I made it into an ebook because I have to make it cute. So I made it into an ebook that is showing you and telling you the different harmful common products, harmful ingredients that are in our products. These harmful ingredients are all listed on there for just $47. You can get that in the bundle, and it goes through something that you can keep on your phone. You can print it out, you can take it with you, and something that you can just look at to understand like what is going inside of your food products. And so you get the replay. You can get a one-on-one with me. It's a 15-minute call that we can just discuss what's happened in the masterclass. If you have any questions, if you want to know any more about, the PDF document, things like that. And then you also get all of those toxic ingredients. This is only running until the 15th. So I want you to go ahead and grab that now. Or if you're just like, I just want to know about the poisons that are going on in my food, I just want to know that, you can grab that PDF, that Canva document for $11. I was about to say 20. I don't know why, but $11. It's only $11 right now. Like, truly, support your gut, support yourself. This price will not stay this way. It only is for right now. So understand that if you truly want to support yourself, you will go out and you will get the help that you are given. Like, if you want to support yourself, if you want change, you will go out and you will get the help that you're given. If you do not want help, if you want to stay the same, that is up to you. That is your choice. But if you truly want change, if you truly want to optimize your health, you will make change today. You will understand how to support yourself today. You will do that currently, right now, with what you're doing for yourself, and make changes. You will seek out help, because that's what I did for myself. Over three and a half years ago, I decided that I no longer wanted to sit here and just be sedentary and conforming. I decided that I was going to start deprogramming and reprogramming my mind, start questioning things, and to start renewing myself. And that is scriptural. Literally, we have to stop sitting here conforming to this world, but start renewing our mind, because we are so conformed to this world. We're so conformed. And next live, I'm going to try to touch on, because I had an amazing journaling session last Saturday, because I try to write in my my Bible journal every single Saturday, and I had an amazing scripture come to me talking about the food that we were consuming, and it truly hit home, and I forgot to talk about it this week. So this is going to be something that I'm going to talk about next week now, because it hit my mind. And so I want us to understand that, like, we're not supporting ourselves, and diving more into understanding how to support ourselves. Another thing that will support you is my bundle, because that pathway information that I gave you is in that bundle. Like, that bundle is a total of 6 books that will show you all of the ways that you can support your bodies fully. And then there's one template guide that goes through and shows you different templates for you to be able to map out map out your grocery list, map out what you're going to do for yourself. If you're going to cleanse with fruits or vegetables, or both, if you're going to if you're going to do a healthy fast, like, all of that goes into that bundle guide, and it will truly support you. But you have to want to change, and this is something that you get to keep for the rest of your life. This is something that you can refer back to when something is going on inside of you. You don't know what's going on, and you know that you just need to reset and cleanse. This full bundle is a full body detox guide. It is a full body cleanse. Excuse me, my nose is itching. It's a full body cleanse that will support you. But it's if you want that help for yourself, if you want that support, you will go out and you will get it. And so this was not a long live. This was a pretty quick live. But I just wanted to go over because I was diving more into bioengineered products. And so many people don't even know what a bioengineered product is. They didn't know how harmful they are because they are linked to GMOs. And then majority of people believe that GMOs are okay. And they are not okay. They are not supporting your body the way that they should. You are not getting the nutrients that you should. And truly, we need to stop being deceived. We need to stop poisoning ourselves by believing these people who are literally profiting off us poisoning ourselves, because there is one reason and one reason only that they are sitting here poisoning us, and it's because of money. It is because of profit. Because if we were sitting here all healthy, they would lose a lot of money. If we were sitting here in a healthy, mindful state, if we were emotionally, mentally, physically all sound, all stable, we wouldn't have they wouldn't have as much profit as they do currently right now. They would have to figure out different ways. If how we're doing this Kellogg's ban or whatever it is, boycott for April, or whoever else brands that people are deciding to boycott, if we all band together and stop eating all these terrible ingredients, then we would start to realize, okay, they have no leg to stand on. They would realize they have no leg to stand on. And then they would start to realize that they are going to have to stop poisoning us. They're going to have to stop trying to trick us and start realizing that we are people. We deserve to be treated as people, and we deserve to have real food. And that's the energy. Like, that's the energy for the rest of life, eternity. That's not just the energy for March. That's the message and the energy for the rest of my life, for sure. You're not going to treat me as a dollar sign, as a product, as a consumer. You're going to treat me as a person. And if not, then I will not buy your products. That's simple. And so that should be everybody's energy. But I can't force everybody to be on the same wave. I can't force everybody to want to be healthy the way that they should be. That's up to you. So I hope you have an amazing, amazing Friday. Have a blessed week. And if you have any questions at all, always do not be afraid to DM me. Do not be afraid to message me. And all of my links are always on Facebook and Instagram. Don't forget to follow me on my socials and stay tuned, because I think I'll be live again on Sunday. So I hope you have an amazing Friday.